Anyone been on TV? Yeah, nobody said this, huh? Okay.
Don't want to remember.
Right. Well, so my name is David Andigo. I'm a co-founder and creator of Tweva. Tweva is the world's first social media TV-based company. So as you can tell, when you go to any kind of restaurant or business or chiropractor, there's TVs playing, right? But nobody can really change the content on those TVs yet. So you go to a bar and there's big corporations, they're like, hey, what are we going to show these people at the bar? There's nobody here can say, I want to show something that I want to show at the bar. So I wrote a patent 5-6 years ago on the idea that people can change things on TVs. Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Remember the guys are running through and the TVs are changing and they're calling you by name? Similar idea, but a little bit more social. Let's keep it happy, not so Minority Report. But let's go with the vision first here is to allow anyone to interact with those TVs. And what we're trying to do is create a community around those TVs in the community. So the problem, it looks like we're going to have to put these a couple times. So 98% of small businesses do not advertise on TV. We're in a room of all small businesses here. Who has advertised on TV before? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so is it probably expensive, a couple $1,000?
$800,000 for 9 months.
$800,000 over 9 months. Okay, so it's not the problem of you not having a camera in your back pocket, right? A 4K camera or 8K camera in your back pocket. The problem is cost. You have the equipment, you have the lights you can get on Amazon for $10 to make yourself look good. It's really the cost. So we're going to lower that cost down to very cheap, $5 a month, probably the minimum, right? So the idea here is that you have an app and you can push things to TVs that are local to you, but then also your community. So you add something to the TV and say, hey, for 5 cents a commercial, I'll add that content to other TVs in the community. Eustis would have its own shared TVs, Winter Garden would have their own shared TVs, right? So the idea is here, a business owner would take a picture of, let's say, a new lunch special, and they would then push that out to the TV network. They could also click another button and just say, hey, why don't you just share that to all of my social media at the same time? So it becomes a one easy click for this business owner to say, hey, come in and try this new special, this new lunch. So the system comprises of 4 different pieces. The first would be the TV box that goes behind the TV, just like this, or it can connect to a smart TV, the mobile app, and then we have a crypto coin that rewards business owners for playing those commercials. So they earn crypto for the ads that are being played, and then we also can have influencers earn that crypto also for creating content for the TVs. It also includes that little social network in there because people will be, influencers would walk into those restaurants and say, oh my goodness, can I create some content for those mozzarella sticks? And they're doing this for Instagram already, right? So they do this. So here's a picture of the croissant and me, right? And they post it on Instagram. But why not do that with a video and then show that on these TVs? And you're like, oh, that's a good freaking croissant. I better go check out that bakery, right? So Web 3.0, we also have the crypto, but NFTs. Most people do like Monopoly, right? You can own a piece of land. In this form, you would own a card that allows you 15 seconds or 30 seconds or 60 seconds on all the TVs in Leesburg or all the TVs in Eustis. And we'd sell these cards for, $5,000 lifetime, right? And they could be sold in the future as in more TVs, they rise in value. There we go. Went to a local conference in Orlando and people loved it. School of Hard Knocks, 65 million followers, Handing TV, 25 million. Millions and millions of followers. They're like, I can't show my content in bars. How do I do this? And I'm like, well, there's no way. I have a patent on it. This is the new idea. And so they loved it. I said, would you back me for the first year? They go, yeah, you can use my content. So you're going to see trending social media content from top influencers, and then you would be right after that. So the eyeballs are already on the TV, then you create your content, and this is the way you guide your followers. We did a little beta test for 50 different locations. We sold about 40% more desserts on some of the TVs when we showed chocolate cake over and over again. And we go, why now? I should have not had my individual transitions set up. I'm just gonna bring them all up here first. So why now? Digital displays are cheap. They used to be $3 grand, now they're $300. The rising cost of digital marketing. If you're doing Facebook ads, you're usually paying $15 to $20 per lead. User interaction, people are using these self-checkouts now to do their ordering, so why not give them the access to large TVs? Trust in local, everybody loves local businesses, they give them the same, and competition. Has anyone heard of something similar to this? Right, so it would be first to market. And this is my last slide. Okay, so what I'm looking for is local influencers, local businesses who have a TV, angel, and I had venture capitals in there. And then if you do join, scan that QR code, we're going to give away 1,000 Tweva coins. I guess I have to take off my last things. Okay, so that concludes the presentation.
We've got, those are the three needs there. So let's start out, think through your network. Who could we refer to you? And, yeah.
Yeah.
I have, I was gonna start. I'm a little confused. I don't know if anyone else is. So you would have, if you were a small business, a restaurant, a bar, and you would have to purchase the TV to be a part of this, correct?
No, it's just a box that goes behind the TV.
Okay, so TV's
it's a
already
free-
existing.
Yeah, it's a free box that goes behind the TV or an app that downloads to your smart TV.
Okay, and then as a business owner, if I want to purchase time on that TV, correct? When does it come in? It's Sunday afternoon and all the TVs are playing football.
So this would be an additional dedicated TV.
Gotcha.
So we're not replacing sports, we're not replacing anything else. This would be an additional TV in the building that allows you to add content to it. As a business owner, you have full control of the TV. Other people that come in, they can pay to be on that TV. And then you would be rewarded with the crypto.
Okay, so if I have the app, then I'm able to say, oh, I'm here in Ale House and they have a dedicated TV, I can push my content.
Yep.
But the content, if it is Ale House, would be nonverbal because of what's happening.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's just it's a digital display, digital screen.
Similar to
It's
what
like
we
a
see
billboard.
today in some of the restaurants locally where they have like just the billboard scrolling through separate businesses. Okay, perfect.
But it's mainly ads, right? So this is going to be local things that are happening in the community, right? So if it's in Eustis, all the TVs in Eustis are showing what time is the Christmas parade, or things that are happening in January, or Million Cups, or things that are happening. So when you're in a restaurant or a venue, you're a competitive shared TV network.
So how do you manage content?
AI, the cloud. And I wrote an algorithm to do that.
Okay.
So do you have to sell the TVs or the boxes to businesses so they get it?
In the beginning, we were trying $30, $50, and then we figured just give the boxes away. With the right investment, we would just give the boxes away. In fact, we could even give them to influencers. So the influencers would walk into a bar or a building and just say, hey, I already have 50,000 users on my Instagram platform. I'm helping build the Tweva network. Here, have a box. Can we light up your TV?
Over here.
Yeah.
Hi, Arlene, Happy Customs. How many TVs do you currently have in this area? Like if I walk up to you right now and I'm ready to buy and let's do ads, how many TVs am I on?
So we are just restarting everything. So we had about 50 TVs. We're down to about 20 TVs. So we're looking to restart it back up.
Okay, so you said as low as $5 a month. What does that get me? We do community events at my store, we do workshops at my store, there's various things that I could be pushing to those TVs by your example as local events and things happening. If I say, okay, $5 a month, does that get me one ad at some random 2 o'clock in the morning when the business is closed? Or does it, I mean, it's a legitimate question.
It is.
I mean, if it's run by an algorithm, am I just kind of randomly thrown into space? You know, how do I know what I'm getting for my money?
So in the beginning of any big startup, social media experiment like Facebook, you tend to get a lot more value in the very beginning. So right now, with a TV that I have turned on, it doesn't have much content on it. So if you're a TV company, they're looking to push out, let's say for every hour, it's 58 minutes of content and then 2 minutes of ads, and then we sell those ads as much as possible. I have the opposite. I have 2 minutes for the business, right? Here's your mozzarella sticks, here's the band playing on Friday night, and then I have 58 minutes of nothing. So when you give your $5, it's charging 5 cents per commercial, and it's literally on all of the TVs. Until it gets to a point where it's critical mass, and then you have tons of influencers and tons of people creating content. Anywhere where this starts is going to have that same effect. So as a small business, you have the ability to restart that cycle in every single city around you. It's like as the TVs grow, if you're first in there, you get cycled through very quickly. Like it could be once every 5 minutes.
Now, if you add TVs in this area, do I automatically end up on those? Is that
If you choose,
cost more?
yeah, if you choose. Well, it's just 5 cents an ad. So you can say, hey, play this in this location 10 times a day. That's 50 cents,
I see.
right? So you can prioritize.
How does it get to my TV? Do I have to do something at my house to sign it?
It's not in residential yet, so we're gonna eventually get there. Right now, it'll just be commercial spaces, commercial areas. Residential we did talk about, but we're gonna get there next.
So, quick question, there's no volume because it's this standalone TV. So you said influencers, look at my croissant, this is so good.
Yep.
But it would just be more of a static ad because there's no sound.
It
There's
would be
no
a video.
Okay.
Yeah. So the video, and there would be a QR code on the right-hand side. So you're watching this person. I mean, it could have sound, but most places, like maybe a doctor's office, could put it down low, or a chiropractor's. But if you're in a bar, most likely they're going to want to turn down.
Bill, did you have something?
No.
No? Okay, bye.
Hey there, this is Heather with the Bay County Social Scene. So, my question just ran out of my head. Sorry.
Get it, it happened to me last week.
It should happen to me because I'm older.
Do you remember your question there?
I do, but I don't remember yours.
Darn.
So I can have an ad on all of these TV screens and not be in a facility? Is that right?
Correct. You can
Okay,
do
so
it.
I can do it from home.
Yeah, from home you can say, I want to be on this.
So
TV.
I spend $5 a month for you, and I can sit at home and program these things to go on that network of TVs that you have
Yes.
contracted with. So
Yep.
So if I go to Miller's, every single one of those screens on every table can show my
Not in every single one. It'll most likely be 1 or 2 or 3 TVs in a location. It's not going to replace sport. It's not going to replace the TVs. This is an additional TV for the town.
So if Miller's is a participating facility,
Yes.
there's going to be one TV in there that has your stuff on it?
Depending on the contract, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
David?
What is the incentive for the local business to have the TV? Like, if I was a bar that you were saying like might have one TV, like why would I have 3? Or if I was another business that already has a TV, why would I replace my current TV with what you got? Like, what's the incentive?
So we wouldn't want to replace the TVs. If you had a TV that's either doing nothing or maybe you're paying $80 a month to be on cable channel, you could remove that $80 and put that $80 towards advertising. But the main reason for a local business to want to be involved in it is to, number 1, be part of the network, right? Number 2 is it's going to attract influencers. And number 3 would be the reward crypto. So right now, the crypto is very cheap because there's not a lot of TVs, but the crypto price is attached to the amount of TVs divided by the amount of seconds available and the mining hardness of mining the crypto. So right now it's very cheap. As the network grows, as the TVs grow, that crypto will go up. So if we're starting at a 0.002 cents, if I hit $1, it's 20,000% increase. So instead of you paying a cable channel $80 a month, you can literally reward yourself with crypto and use that $80. Remember I said $5 a month? You can put $80 into ads. And so your business is now showing on all those other local TVs in the city or even outside the city. It depends on where you want to advertise. Does that make sense?
My question was, you said you have 20 here in Eustis. What about Lake County as a whole? Do you have it in other towns as well, Mount Dora, Leesburg?
Yes, it will be in it can be started in any town. It can be started anywhere, but the idea is that for the city, it would have its own TV channel. So the mayor could create content, right? So anyone in that city could be somebody.
Right, but we have 20 here, what do you have elsewhere? Because like Eustis, yes, I think it's a great idea, but what do you have other than here?
Oh, this is 20 just in Central. We're working with some investors right now, so.
Okay, thank you.
So we're restarting it up.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna go, Rhea, Cole, and then.
Hey, I'm Ray McLean. I think you just answered my question a minute ago, but I was curious, let's say you go into a business owner, a bar, or a restaurant, they have 2 or 3 TVs. What do you say to that business owner to convince them to use one of the TVs for this?
So I walked around 200 or so businesses, and I put in about 50 of them. And so depending on the age, I found that it's either a local TV channel for the older generation. For younger, if there was somebody young there, I'd say, hey, did you see the local TV social network? And they would say, oh, social network? What's that? And then I would explain to them, hey, this is connected with TVs. But the main idea would be, hey, are you part of the Tweva network? What's the Tweva network? It's the local TV network for your city. And they would say, oh, I haven't heard of that yet. Well, that's right. I have a patent for it. We're just building this thing out, right? So that would be the main idea. And then that spurs on a conversation of, well, what is it? How do I advertise on it? What do I play? See, for a small business owner, if you want to run an ad on TV, you're going to take one 30-second ad and run that for $3,000, $5,000. I can test ads for like $1, right? So I can make a little clip with my phone about a food that I made or me cooking in the kitchen, and I can push it out to all the TV networks and see if that converts for $1. And then make another one, $2, or make another one, and it works. I can put more money behind it. It's worked similar with Facebook ads and conversion rates.
So, first of all, I love it, genuinely. To me, it's no different than going to like Puddle Jumpers and they have a TV completely dedicated to just local business ads. It's the same thing, you just interact with it.
Yes.
My main question is on crypto itself. What blockchain is it on? Is it something you can monitor separately so you can verify the value as it grows?
It is an internal one for now. We'll be pushing it out. I have a blockchain guy that we're working with, and he's going to make something public. I just didn't want big whales to come in and mess with price.
Buy all up and hit the market cap.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I want it to be for the business owner. Because, like, what am I going to do? Out of 5 cents for a commercial, give you a penny?
Yeah.
We don't have pennies anymore. So if I can give you something that will rise in value over time, then the business owner is like, oh, I have one in my restaurant, why don't I tell the other person who one in his restaurant? And then they're all telling each other, their wallets go up, right? The value goes up. So,
Thank you.
So I know I'm kind of old school when I say this, but I don't understand crypto. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm not going to dedicate the time to learn what it is or why it's growing or how it's doing. What if someone like me says, hey, I have a TV in my store right now. What if we put your box on it? What if I want the pennies? Because pennies make sense to me and they add up to dollars and I can pay rent with dollars. I can't pay rent with crypto.
So in the beginning, when we don't have a lot of content on the TVs, it'll literally be pennies. It might be, I don't know, $1 at the end of the month. As it grows, the network grows, that dollar would become $100 if you leave it there. So that would be crypto. That's the basic explanation for crypto. If you want the dollar, we talked about just transferring it over to a Visa gift card, right? So we could do that too, but it's not in the very beginning stages. Like Facebook wasn't super popular in the very beginning. But if it's nationwide, you got a big influencer to pick this up, and all of a sudden you have 100,000 TVs in. Now that crypto's worth more, the network is worth more, everything's better. But in the very beginning, I can't reward the way that I really want to. Right?
Stephanie with Bosch Betting and Jewelry. So how many influencers do you have currently that are, I don't know, in this area or on our channel? And then also, if I have like, so my business is Posh Dining and Charcuterie, and then I have Wok Box Fried Rice and Stir Fry as part of that. And then I have my Jamaican cuisine, and then I do catering and all this stuff, can I have like 5 different commercials?
Absolutely.
And then
5 different commercials and 5 different QR codes that can go to different landing pages for that type of service.
And then do you have education on the site to teach us how to like put together the best ad? Because even me, I have a graphic design company, and I don't put together great videos. So, you know.
Yes. So yes and no. Don't have the content there, but the idea of the influencers are they know how to create this content. They're like, yes. So the other idea would be, you know, oh, I have this TV, what do I do with it now? Press this button, like a new button, hey, have an influencer show up my building for $50. And they come in, they shoot all the content, and then they give it to you. And you can either edit it or just make a deal with them. Hey, $100, make me 10 videos or something like that. Right? So now your TV has content on it, and you say, no, I really like, no, the second one. Yeah, that one, I'm gonna push that one out to the whole city. How much you want them? $10.
Real quick, is the potential there to layer as it grows from just being Eustis to maybe Lake County to kind of?
So the TVs can be
Because
anywhere.
people that go to Eustis might
Yes.
be interested in little county-wide.
So the TVs can be anywhere, but what's being shared, like let's say you took a picture of you at City Hall, you're like, I'm at City Hall, and you shared it, it would stay in Eustis. If you advertise, you can advertise anywhere. But let's say I was just
But by
mud
city you would pick.
if that's just the social side. So if I was mud bogging and I took a picture of my Jeep in mud, I would share it, and it would go, you know, I'm at the bar, like, dude, you gotta see my Jeep, it's so cool. And then you see the Jeep up there, and some other guy's like, dude, that's cool Jeep. And I'm like, yeah, that's mine. That Jeep would also be shared in the city TVs for 24 hours, and then it would go away. So other people say, dude, I saw your Jeep over there, right? So it starts this conversation of shared content in the city. If you want to pay, you can be outside the city, right?
Dave, first, congratulations. Very innovative idea and patenting it. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I just had kind of a question and a suggestion. Do you have an ROI simulator already built? So if you're talking to anyone in here, you could show them the return. You're talking about it, but could you actually just say, I know what your problem is because I've investigated that. And for your problem, here's what you could get as a return in terms of crypto. And even taking that to translate it, crypto to dollars.
I do not.
That's something you might want to do.
Okay.
It's very easy to do, just like what you're doing.
Yeah, I like that. Nobody's ever brought that up, but that is a good idea. I like that.
Here,
So,
Thank you.
I can help you.
Okay.
I love what you do. I'm all in. I'm gonna pay the maximum price. How many TVs does my ad go on? For today.
Oh, today?
Right today.
Oh, we're rebuilding the network, so, maybe 20 TVs right now. So I'm looking for
Where are
local
they?
businesses, TVs. They're scattered around. So we have it in Leesburg and Orlando. I don't know if there's one specifically in Eustis right now. But they're all over. But we're looking for small businesses to jump back onto the network.
Okay.
You can model that.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Ryan Avanti Branding. I think we spoke over at the Orlando one.
We did, yes.
Okay. So I'm glad that you're still going with the idea. The pitch is good. The pitch is solid. I think though, when we're looking at it, we kind of back up a little bit more foundationally, and I'm sure you know this, right? So a lot of the questions that I'm hearing are, how many screens am I going to be on? Cost is a thing, but it sounds like the cost is not really a point of friction because it's pretty inexpensive. So my recommendation to you, looking at it as a business owner, not from advertising, but just as an investor, right, would be is the proof of concept. So find a market that you're going to do it in, get those business owners to be partners, get 100 screens, get 150 screens, which I know you have on there. You're looking for local businesses who have the TV, and you're giving it away, which again, barrier to entry is low. But if you can get that on there, and then even create generic content, just so there's no dead time on the space, have it run, get the opinions of those business owners, get their their feedback. I don't know if the crypto is going to be appealing to everyone because there's so many meme coins and stuff out there. I get it for you guys though. It doesn't keep the cost up for you because it's crypto, right? It's all make believe until it becomes real. But the potential is there. So I see what you guys are doing. I think it's smart. But that's my recommendation: is just get a proof of concept in a specific market area and then you'll get your investors who are going to come in and say, okay, because I think it's a solid plan. That's my thing. Yeah, proof of concept. So.
Yeah, we did with the first 50 TVs. People loved it. When I went back to talk to them, it was mainly, that's the same content. You keep looping through the same content. You said you were going to have influencers. Well, yeah, but we were too scattered.
Yeah.
Right? So if there was TVs 20 minutes this way, 20 minutes that way, we really need to just start in one specific area, have those influencers come in and build that content. So for Christmas, there's tons of content. For January, there's tons of content. You have workout, fitness things, influencers that could, any business really could be an influencer.
Just a quick follow-up on that for your UGC content creators. You might even offer them a really nice buy-in on your crypto coin, and just have them push your actual thing as free advertising for you, right? As organic or advertising in order to grow the network. But again, concentrated in an area that you want to use as your market proof, if you will. So.
Yes. Thank you for the input.
So I have a question. So, like the needs, okay, local influencers. So it sounds like you need maybe more local businesses to have the TV so that you can be specifically, here's the restaurants that they're at, here's the locations.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to like business owners, like the question was, where are the TVs versus just they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like Target, everyone is not your target. So it's like specific, like Ryan was saying. So it sounds like that might be more of a need to
It's
start
like the
with.
chicken before the egg thing. You know,
Right.
you put the TVs in, but if they don't show great content, I mean, so I don't know if it's competitive. The Atmosphere.tv is a generic one that you see out there. They just show snowboarding content or tricks, bike tricks, mountaintops, things like that. There's just nothing on those screens right now. But you can't go in there and advertise. You can't just click a button on your phone and be on the TV. You have to call the office, pay $3,000, and then you can be at Miller's, you can be at Outback, you can be at these places. But right now, we're just sharing blog content. So it's not even a competitive space. They're more enterprise level. This is down community level. This is Facebook. This is social media for TV. But to answer the question is, you kind of need both at the same time. You need to put in 50 screens or so, and then everybody understands, let's create content for those screens. Right? Because otherwise you just have blank screens. Or screens that just keep looping through the basic content, which is not bad, but it just gets boring after several months.
Hey there, Dave. It's Matthew Guy from Point Web Studio, and I love this concept. I really do. From not only a marketing concept, but just innovation. I think this is going to get big really quick. So one, for influencers, I think a lot of people in here can be this connection. Quan, who is both a local influencer and a local business owner, I think he would really like this. You need to talk to Quan. I'll let me just say it that way. Next question I have, is your app live yet?
It was, we're rebuilding it.
Okay. And then also I scanned your QR code and it popped up saying that it wasn't secure, so your website might not have its SSL or SSL.
You should go to Tweva.com, so that.
Yeah, it did take it, but it popped up that it wasn't secure, and I had to give it permission to go through.
They
Just check that your certificate is valid. But yeah, and then my last question, from the app, if once it's live and everything, can I see like networks that I could access from there, or is it like is it meant for us as business owners to be able to go in and see, or is it like just to log into my account? How does that work?
So you see where the TVs are locally, and you could look in at that TV or in that business and see. There's going to be offers in there too, so it'll be a Groupon type of thing where if you're a small business, you're a restaurant, you can offer coupons. And this would play into a little bit of crypto too. But yes, there will be a network in there. There will be a posting for social media feed. So if you want to post something into a feed from your app, a business owner may see your post, and just go share it to his TV.
Right.
So there's a level of interaction that will come with this, just like there is with Facebook and Instagram. Business owners do that, but there's literally nothing for the TVs yet.
Gotcha.
So this is, it will build these features. The thing that when you're doing a startup, you want to start with very basic, the MVP, right? And then you build features in, because if you just give everybody this complicated app, they just go, I don't know. Here, have my nephew do it. And you're like, no, it'll never happen. So you want to give them the first basic, push this button, show it on TV, But yes, it will have many features.
And you're starting specifically in Central Florida. You're not going into any like scheduled major cities or driving by.
Been to Miami a few times. There's a lot of energy there. There's a lot of energy there. So and a lot of influencers. And we talked to some people about, there's not any yachts here. There's not any beach. So when you're talking about people watching things on TV, I mean, they're showing mountaintops. If I show people hanging out on a yacht or at the beach in Miami, that may be more attractive if I can't generate content. So what I really want is every city to do it on its own. That's really the main goal. I don't want to have to show other cities. It's supposed to be like the slogan is for the locals. That's it. It's like what's food? It's for the locals. Coupons? It's for the locals. TV? It's for the locals. Everything's for the locals. So.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. How's the table?
I would, it sounds to me like you need to work with a city council, something like that, a group like this.
Yes.
Of committed people that see a value in it, that are gonna work together, because you can't do this alone.
No.
You can't say, hey, this great social network, you all just jump on in and it'll be wonderful. But if you had some way to work with a community, and if your investors say, hey, look, we're giving every business in this town a 50-inch screen or whatever the thing is.
Yes.
I could see you could have some real potential of growing your business that way. But it's going to take buy-in from a community,
Yes.
whether it's Eustis or whether it's Mount Dora or Tavares or Miami.
One investor said, Dave, you're not selling like a can of Coke. Like, here, have a can of Coke, give me the profit. He's like, you're doing these 4 posted, business owner, advertiser, influencer, and retail customer. There's 4 legs to this. It's complex. And I said, yeah, but it's $1 billion idea.
Right.
Like, we got to get it going. So.
Yeah. You don't want to be the $0 billion.
Exactly. So you got to start somewhere small.
We have a few minutes left.
One place to have your, go ahead.
So, we'll go for, the people that have not spoke yet, let's hit them. So, and then, that's 3 more.
Quick suggestion for TVs, nail salons. People are sitting there for hours watching whatever content is on there. And I've watched more Korean cooking stuff than
Exactly.
They are so fascinating. I love them.
We put them in a nail salon. It works well there too. But it would have been better. Like we talked about having a little studio set up with a kitchen, and we have local cooks come in, cook their food with the camera.
But I have a location
now. We have content.
Okay.
Right. So if we have a little place in Orlando, all the influencers drive down, spend an hour in the video studio, create their dishes, and then now we have TV commercials, we have TV content. So.
Okay, go ahead.
So it sounds like you also have an issue with the content, like people putting in content. So if I was like a new content creator and I wanted to put my stuff on your social media platform, pretty much I can, and it would be shown to people for free as well.
In that city, yes, you could add it. But if it's any commercial, we would say, hey, that's commercial, so
if
you
it's
have to run
commercial,
an ad for it.
But if it's like content creation, like educational information,
yes.
it would
Especially
show
about
for
the
free.
city, hey, did you know this about the city? Hey, this building right here, did you know this? And now you're sitting at the bar going like, I didn't know that was a bit, I didn't know what was going on there.
Oh, so like a landscaping company could just go ahead and do like a video of how they just do some landscaping and then put it up there, because it's not advertising if they're just doing the work. Like, you know how those videos.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you're trying to save 5 cents, but like.
No, I'm just asking in general. I want to know, because if there's a content issue, that means people have the opportunity to be able to put their content out there.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to understand also the appeal for a content creator, because you have TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they get paid from these platforms, especially if they already have an established.
If you have an established, yeah. But this is a brand new network, so you have to create an established network. So you have to work a little bit for free to create that. Once you do, you get a certain amount of viewers, you get a certain amount of scans on that. Then you go to the second tier, and then we can pay you for that content. Or if you already have an external audience, we can pay you for that content too. But yes, I guess in theory you could say, hey, let's landscape someone's yard and put that on there. For now, it could be shown, right, when the TVs are empty. As the TVs fill up, that may be rejected for something else that's more popular. Like if the parade just went through town, that might take priority. right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So each one will have a value and a life cycle to that piece of content that may extend out a certain amount of time.
Hi, I'm Angie from Serenity and Survival. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I'm just a little confused of the chicken before the egg thing. Like, if you have the TVs out there, but you didn't have enough content, why is it you couldn't make content to make it more interesting just for the meantime, or give away, let people do it for free, and then, I mean, you're practically doing it for free now anyway.
Yes, yes.
But make it yourself or give away something just to have it filled up in the meantime.
We did because there were multiple cities, and there was only like 5 TVs in each city. So it wasn't worth the time to go to each city. I mean, we thought about it. We could go downtown and shoot people walking.
And you're
then,
definitely trying to keep it all separate. So you wouldn't want to temporarily show that over there just because you need to fill it up, because
Correct.
as long as it's the same county.
we just wanted it to be the same city. We wanted it to be city-based where you're sitting there and it's not promoting you to go to a different city.
I
Right.
prefer that, it's easier for me.
Oh, yeah.
But-
It depends if you have a remote business or not, right?
Two questions.
We're gonna finish up with John, just so everyone knows.
Oh, am I on?
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. I'm a numbers guy. How many subscribers do you have now? And how many do you need to break even?
We only have the 20 TVs now, so we're rebooting right now, so there's not a lot of activity yet. There's not a lot of activity yet, but we probably would need, the business plan shows for the first 5,000 TV screens to push 400,000 a year, something like that, profit.
That would be break even on the profit, okay?
Not break even, that's like 90% profit, so. It's a very profitable thing, TV advertising. But at scale, it changes huge because you're looking at social media numbers, they're huge.
Randy, so
I had one more on deck.
Okay, and then after this, just anybody that has any questions or anything about the product or have some advice for Dave, see him after, just so we're 4 minutes.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Miller's, and I'm just thinking about commercial leases and commercial franchisees and the corporate veil that you're gonna have to pierce to get in their room. Have you broached that subject yet?
Yes, so contact I have, he's already in the digital signs business, so he's got access to 90% of the restaurants in the United States. He does a POS system, he's working on investment himself. He has 30 years in hospitality, so he's doing the digital screens. So like in the men's room, the women's room, he has digital screens, but there's no interactivity whatsoever. So putting one screen in 10,000 locations is going to be much easier than I thought with that business connection in there. But it's an investment of buying the boxes, doing the installs, getting the thing running, and then going to a few influencer meetings and saying, hey guys, we have 10,000 screens. Now, like Gary Vee, he's in small business, right? Does everybody know Gary Vee? So he pushes people, he's trading the time on networks, right? So he goes, hey, TikTok is next, TikTok Live is next. All we need is one of him to say, hey guys, this is the next big thing for TV, you gotta get on this business. And you're gonna have 1 million small businesses downloading the app and requesting a TV box, like that.
I was thinking more of the corporate lawyers who are gonna be worried about what's coming on the screen in my room, or in my franchisee's room, and how that's
That
gonna
could be,
come,
yes.
how that's gonna come back to me.
Yeah, so that could be an issue, but we use an AI model to test that. So I can look at buns, butts, guns, pins, and drugs, and it will give me a value from 0 to 100, and so it'll give me a value, and I can say, hey, that needs to be moderated. And I've tried it, like I'm leaning over a plumber, and it was like, too much butt. So.
Great, well, thank you very much. So Dave will be around after, so see Dave with more comments and ideas. So, community announcements, this is going to be like lightning round. So if you've got something happening in the next week, please stand up and just tell us.